Okay, then there's that next section of the notes where you're supposed to be finding t, a over 2, and all this stuff. And you're thinking, but I don't have that on my calculator, and I don't even know where a thing is. Okay, I don't have a chart. I don't know what to do. All right, now, there are no homework problems like this, but there is an exam question like this. Okay, so we'll go through it like you're doing it on the exam. On the notes, I made you follow all the official book stuff and everything. But on the exam, it'll be much clearer. This is how I'm going to decide these. So you don't need this for the homework, but you're going to need it. There's an exam question like this, and we'll go over it again when we get to the next exam. But, okay, I got to say Z or T or neither with all of these. So remember what I've just learned. N is bigger than 30. I'm going to write down Z. N is less than 30. I'm going to write down T. Okay, so T, T, Z, T. Except that neither was one of my possibilities. That was when it was a worst of all possible worlds. Okay, so like a small number, sigma unknown, and skewed. Everything's as bad as it could possibly be. That's when it's neither. As long as n is larger than that, larger than 30, even though these other two things are exactly the same, as long as n is larger than that, I can go ahead and use z on that. Okay, so that's, and I'm always going to give you things that aren't skewed because I want you to be able to do the problems. So, but that's how we're going to just decide it. Z works anytime you got n bigger than 50. Z covers everything because the t basically becomes the same number as z anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to use the category, n less than 30, t. N less than 30, t. And then the other thing the exam is going to do is it's going to say, oh, and if it's a z, because I want to ask the inv norm half the leftovers question somewhere. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to inv norm or inv t half the leftovers on the t ones, but on the z one, you got to go ahead and inv norm half the leftovers as well. So 99%, leftovers is 1%, so 0.01. Half the leftovers is 0.005. All right, so 0.01, and then when I divide that in half, that's 0.005. So inv norm that. So, all right, that was under distribution. Second function, distribution, inv norm. 0.005. All right, negative 2.57. Negative 2.57. As we know, it's always going to give you the negative, and since it's an error, you're going to say plus or minus anyway, so that's where the plus or minus can come in.